They make progress in a process they did not undertake. As a result, immorality is not considered a sinful state of being. On the one hand, there are very serious intersection dimensions between hypocrisy, and Almighty God said that all hypocrites are actually sinful. Undoubtedly, it is the hypocrites who are truly wicked and deceitful, displaying a profound lack of sincerity and moral integrity. We possess knowledge that all hypocrites are sinful. Is it feasible for all sinners to also be hypocrites, indicating that if an individual who commits sin with excess, intentionality, consciousness, and persistence does not relinquish, is it a dimension that can be reversed or altered back to its original state? Yes, because Almighty God, regarding individuals who engage in sinful behavior, their ultimate destination will be the fire, as it is the inevitable outcome of their actions and choices. They will be condemned. If he meets his end as a sinner, because the verse explicitly speaks of meeting one's end in a state of sin and facing damnation, and they perished as transgressors, facing the consequences of their actions and the boundaries they had crossed. They met their end as lovers, their love eternal, and they perished while they were in a state of sin. Then the all-powerful Allah declared, "We shall subject them to both mild and intense retributions to make them comprehend the consequences of their actions." So when an individual enters the path of transgression, they have committed this sin, become accustomed to sin, and subsequently started to move towards transgression. For instance, initially they got into interest, stating that we needed it, we won't repeat it, let's simply purchase this house or something. Somehow they became homeowners. Then they are saying, should we also purchase the vehicle in a similar manner at this moment? Somehow they also handled him with a timid and fearful psychology. Currently they are contemplating buying a second car. In one location there is a very inexpensive floor that has caught their attention as a potential residence. Interest rates are now reasonable within the account when you encounter them after 5 years, when you encounter them after 10 years, when you open the interest conversation. Either people buy and sell something and make a profit on top. Come on, you give the money to the person. After a while you make a certain profit on it. What's the difference? There is no much difference in this interest. We have started to approach such statements now. He demonstrates his interest not with shyness, sir, but with courage and bold statements at this present time, showcasing his unwavering enthusiasm and determination. Then you comprehend that this transgression, by engaging in wrongdoing, the individual has initiated the process of taking steps towards wickedness. Therefore, a person either quickly gives up sin, and this leads to their improvement, reform, and healing, or they persist in sin, get used to it, and say that nothing happens when they do it, but they do not know that this is a step-by-step process. Getting used to sin is like saying, let me just go up and down the sin step first, but if you go up and down there too much, the default ground becomes the first step you took. After one step, a new step is opened in front of you towards the top. Thus, subsequent to the sinful step, the ensuing step of debauchery now comes into play. You will take one more step, that is all, but this time towards wickedness instead of sinfulness. Then we must have prior knowledge of the danger associated with the process that will attract you, that will transform you from being a sinner to becoming a saint if the process continues to advance. Otherwise, if we say that we can take ourselves to the end of the stairs with 10-centimeter steps, all of them, with 10-centimeter steps stacked on top of each other, it is enough. Then we turn around and say to ourselves that all of them, I took a 10-centimeter step, so I didn't do much, but each time we put it on top of the previous code. Therefore, as long as we do not turn away from sin, when we remain in that state, we are already living on the same line as hypocrisy, because the transition from sin to hypocrisy and the coexistence of hypocrisy and disbelief are already occurring simultaneously.